Hey, Kenneth here. Wanna do some chemistry? Well, we might as well, since we are all living under quarantine to protect ourselves from an infectious virus known as COVID-19. Why not make use of our free time to learn more about the common objects we use at home? Let's take isopropyl alcohol for an example. Have you ever thought about how alcohol makes us sanitize? What does isopropyl mean anyways? And just actually, what is it made out of? Well then, let's find out, shall we? Isopropyl alcohol, also known as 2-propanol, is a colorless liquid mixed with water to be used as a rubbing alcohol antiseptic. Antiseptic meaning it is a substance that prevents the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. The word isopropyl derives from the word iso and propyl. Iso is a term relating to isomers, and propyl is derived notionally from propane. Chemically, the elements that make up our isopropyl alcohol are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, with a chemical formula of C3H8O. In terms of percentage composition, isopropyl alcohol is 60% carbon, 26.6% oxygen, and 13.4% hydrogen. If you looked at how these elements are assembled, you'd see it is in a tetrahedral shape. This is the molecular geometry of isopropyl alcohol. Tetrahedral meaning it is a polyhedral with 4 faces. Isopropyl alcohol is a polar protic solvent, so it can be used to clean ionic residues, and it is good at dissolving both polar and nonpolar residues. Did you know that alcohol works similar to soap in that it has molecules that attract both water and fat, meaning it's great for getting rid of dirt and oil on our skin. But speaking of getting rid of fat and oils on our skin, just how is isopropyl alcohol antibacterial? Well, a chemistry concept is actually present here known as denaturation, which shows how alcohol kills germs. Denaturation involves the breaking of the outer coating of bacteria and viruses by application of an external stress or compound such as a strong acid or base, alcohol in which is an example of a weak acid. Alcohol causes for the outer layer of bacteria and viruses to fall apart. This causes for the internal content of the bacteria to literally spill out all over the place, similar to cracking an egg open and the yolk contents spilling out. Now that we have learned how alcohol kills bacteria, how exactly is isopropyl alcohol made? Well, not many scientific processes are in making isopropyl alcohol. Basically, you would only need to combine 70% by volume of absolute isopropyl, and the rest is distilled water, denaturants, and perfume oils. But where does isopropyl and distilled water come from? Well, isopropyl is synthesized from the reaction of propylene with sulfuric acid, followed by hydrolysis. Propylene comes from fossil fuels, petroleum, natural gas, and even coal. Distilled water is produced through purification of water, which has the water's both contaminants and minerals removed. This has the same chemical structure as regular water, with the chemical formula of H2O. Uses of isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol is commonly used as a sanitizer and as a solvent for products. Solvent meaning it has the ability to dissolve other substances. Isopropyl alcohol is used in cosmetic products, personal care, an antiseptic in bath products, and as a solvent for drugs.
If you're anything like me, you might think, hey, this is alcohol. Is it still the same as the alcohol that makes me drunk? The answer to that is yes. You can drink it and get drunk, but you will also die. And even if you don't die, you would still get the list of symptoms, which includes vomiting, slurred speech, irritation to the digestive tract, kidney or liver damage, alcohol poisoning, and in the worst case scenario, death. But on a serious note, rubbing alcohol is sometimes abused as it is cheaper than liquor. It's widely available and it can cause the feeling of intoxication. But you should never drink isopropyl alcohol because it is different from the alcohol found in our beverages. That kind of alcohol is ethanol, and isopropyl is much more potent than ethyl alcohol and can lead to serious problems if ingested inappropriately. In addition, rubbing alcohol is also flammable. Alcohol is flammable because it contains carbon and hydrogen atoms, and the most flammable compounds tend to have carbon and hydrogen atoms. Wow, knowing that really makes me want to not drink rubbing alcohol. I guess I'll just stick to plain old water then.
Well, in summary, isopropyl alcohol is a pretty important compound in our modern society today. It keeps us sanitized through the denaturation of germs. It's used in our cosmetics, bath products, and as a solvent in our medicine. However, it is also dangerous, such as rubbing alcohol being flammable due to its carbon and hydrogen content. And it can be very dangerous or even fatal when ingested in our bodies. But as long as we use it to get rid of ourselves from germs, this compound is pretty good. Well, that's all for today's Science Journalist episode. Thank you for watching, and remember to stay curious about your everyday life.